can finally say that it's over. And even though it hurts a bit, I can't help but feel this feeling of relief. No more stress, no more overthinking every night, no more questioning myself, no more tears, no more fights and dumb arguments, and no more worry. My life has been so much more peaceful after no contact. I'm so proud to say that I've lost my detachment to someone who wasn't good for me. The delusion wore off, and I'm finally seeing the loser in them. I stopped breaking my own heart trying to make a relationship work that clearly wasn't meant to work. You did what you did. I felt how I felt. And it is what it is. The situation hurt me, but it opened my eyes. I lost you, but I found me. So with that being said, a win is a win.
How would y'all feel if I make a series out of this, dealing with heartbreak? Let me know.
Make a bitty clean, boost your self-esteem. I get a fuck up, I might feel. You know me, I don't need no nigga. I'm what niggas need. Bitches weak in the knees, in them tweets, on them beats, make them freeze. Riri cutting $1 million checks. Savage fancy when I'm at.
I don't know if this will ever get posted. I don't know if this, I don't know. But this is a little vent session. I'm in the dark with it. I am really hurt by my last, and I don't like the fact the way it ended like that. See, I just ordered me something. Like, I don't like the fact that my last situationship, boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, I just don't like that. I really don't, you know. And sometimes I'm gonna be honest, like this, like leave you on red, act like you don't get is really hurting me more than saying that I do care about how things ended. It's a time and place for everything, you know. Of course, you need to do that at times, but times like this, for me, I'm just like, it really did hurt me, because I really thought the fact that I hadn't told, it's just so much, just so much. And I'm doing all these things to fill the void. It ain't doing. It's really not. Then I have some nights where, like, maybe you should call him. But then it's like, it was never your loss to begin with. Because you know what you bring to the table. Because you really are that. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you be really, then there's be times where I'm really like, Milan, you really don't need to be crying. Like, if any nigga doesn't need to be crying, it's him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what the fuck? Then there's times, yo, I'm like, why am I crying? You know? So I'm really in an all between of like, crying and not crying. But I'm still hurt from that. The things that has happened, and I try to keep it low key from the internet. I try to do that, you know, be mature, be my biggest, be the best version of myself in this whatever that was. Like, do things that I normally don't do, and the opportunity come itself, I be that, I get taken advantage of. Real though, when I try to be the bigger person, you know what I'm saying? I try to be the bigger person and try to, right my wrongs. But it's all good though. It is what it is. I'm just really at the fact that I unfollowed him and that nigga did the same thing. He unfollowed me. And that will really hurt me because it's like, damn, you don't give a too? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what, it kind of hurt my ego a little bit. Ain't gonna lie, it kind of hurted me a little bit. But then again, it's like, I know what I brought to the table, and I know the things he have told me behind closed doors. By my impact and by my presence, I know he will never forget me. And my heart that I carry, I know that nigga won't forget me. He won't. And that's not on no cocky. That's not on no arrogance. That's some real deep down. For my real ones, they know. For my real ones, they know. It's not coming from a cocky place. It's coming from I know. It sucks, because I low-key believed the naive and just low-key believed it. Felt like I was getting to a place where I'm like, okay, I'm breaking generational curses. I'm doing this and that third. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. What's up, y'all? Don't mind my hair and all that. Please don't mind that. I just wanted to talk with you guys, just a little event session of what's been going on, and so you guys have more clarity of what's been going on in my life and why I've been kind of MIA on YouTube and just overall that. What had happened between that gap of me not posting nothing or just being low key with stuff. At that season of my life, I felt like, and don't mind the background because we're outside on the balcony. I felt like, we're outside on the balcony, we chilling, we talking, that's why I sometimes when I be on the balcony with my friends and all that, I just be talking to them about life. We all be chit-chatting and just having a good time with each other. But I kind of want to have the same vibe with you guys as well. So just sit back and relax. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If not, I apologize in advance. Y'all, in that season of my life, this is now present, Milan, on August 9th, 2020, 23. And back at that time, you guys see me crying, all that type of stuff, and just overall, intake of myself. At that time and at that moment, I was going through a season of transforming. I was 22 at that time. Not 22, I'm sorry. I was 21 at that time. And I basically went through a loss, a breakup, of pretty much everything. I felt like I was losing stuff, whether that was friends, family, not being the best version of myself to people, or feeling like I'm not where I need to be in life, and just overall that premise. And basically to touch on my relationship part, as you guys seen, I've been dealing with I guess you could say a situationship / relationship with a person for a very long time, for about almost 6 years. And I don't know if you guys ever been through this, but we were always the type to, if we fell off, we would pick it back up, and there was times where I have, seen him be in relationships and, all that type of stuff, and I was always that person that would be there for him, and just hoping that one day he'll might see that it's been me all along, and I've been pretty much been that for him at that time. Now realizing the present Milan, and I just it finally clicked to me a couple weeks ago, and I have my I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I still have my weaknesses. We all do, but I still do miss him. Sadly, I do, but it's the reality of it. I still miss him. You know, usually he'll be that type of person that I pick up the phone. Like, he was once my friend, like, you know, but I had to let go. It was time for me to let him go. Shaking, like, just like, we're done. But you know, during that process of letting him go, you know, if you always have them friends like, F that man, like, go on to the next one, like, that's okay. You know, so go on to the next one, like, pick it up, keep moving forward. And I've met a beautiful person inside and out. And, you know, I just kind of, now looking back at it, I think it was definitely wrong timing, but right person, but definitely wrong timing. I hated that I kind of, in a sense, led him on. We're going to give him a nickname. Kyle, and the one I've been 6 years with, we're going to name him Maj. We're going to name him Maj. Maj was a person that I would always come back home to on the East Coast. He's from the East Coast. I would always come back home to him. So I felt really like, okay, cool. But we were friends though, but there was something always there, you know. But then on the West Coast, you know, I had my fair share. Me and Maj will be on and off. So that was kind of like, when I be off with Maj, I will, you know, be in my single season, dating people out here in LA, just having fun. And that's when I met Kyle. And that was the most beautiful, genuine, you know, I felt a fresh air with Kyle. Like, I felt so wanted, you know, and I didn't necessarily get that from Maj. You know, I felt like I was wanted, but then, you know, not so wanted, you know. And then when I met Kyle, man, that was just so beautiful inside and out. But, you know, things didn't work out. And I just hate the fact that sometimes, you know, if you know, he actually lives like down the street from me, y'all. Like, Kyle lives literally down the street from me. He literally lives down the street from me, y'all. And I just hate the fact that every time that I be out here on the balcony or walking down the street, that I may come across to see him, or I think that's him, and turn around, that man, it's not Kyle, you know. And I hate the fact that I can't even go to certain places because I know that he works there or that he goes there. And, you know, I feel like, I'm going to tell y'all what happened with Kyle. He basically ended up choosing somebody else. Wow. I get people choosing someone else over me. I just now realized that the men I have chosen or talked to recently, they always chosen someone else. Wow, man. I know that's sad to say, but I'm glad that I have that revelation of realizing that someone always choosing, they always choose the other person instead of me. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, because, you know, God's protection is always, you know what I'm saying, like, just in case, you know what I'm saying, like, there's always, if there's a rejection, it's always God's protection, you know. And he basically ended up going back to his ex, Kyle. Kyle ended up going back to his ex. And, you know, I feel like this, y'all. I feel like, did I have something to do with that? I feel like I do a little bit. But at the same time, a man gonna make his choice at the end of the day. If they want something, they gonna go forward. And, you know, I can't stop that, you know. Yes, he could have communicated that to me. We was talking for about like 2 months though. But the thing was, it felt like I knew him forever though. But, you know, I low-key still miss that consistency, that effort. And Kyle will send me flowers. I'll never forget this. I'll never forget this day. When I was sick real bad, I think I had a C word. And he was like, come outside. And y'all, I just never had someone do that for me. He told me, he said, come outside, Milan. And I came outside, and I'm thinking like maybe he's gonna give me some medicine or something. Like, I'm not thinking too much deep into it, because yeah, go outside. He's outside, and he gives me a hug, but then he surprises me with flowers and a bag, like, and I felt so like, I just felt so like, oh, like, this is what I wanted. This is it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. Like, thank you, God. Like, thank you. Finally, like, I felt like I found this. Like, I finally felt like wanted for once. Like, I finally felt like this guy is showing me. He's not telling me, Just felt so, like, appreciated. Even when I was sick, this man showed me, like, to make you feel better, just to make you feel better, I'm going to give you some flowers, some flowers. And I hold on to those flowers for dear life. That's how much I appreciated that man, like. And it's just like, I felt so like, oh my God, like, and Kyle can tell you, man, I was so appreciative, like, and I'm pretty sure he was probably like, dang, nobody treated her like this, but that's the truth, though, I'm just like, I just hope that God will send me somebody that will do that for me, but of course, more, like, but like even better, you know what I'm saying, like. And I just hope that God will reassure me, like, there is plenty of guys out there that is, but that's maybe even better than Kyle. Kyle, y'all. Woo, said his name. I'm a beautiful woman. I'm a great girlfriend. I know that someone out there will treat me as much as I will treat them, the same and just better, and just overall like a good solid relationship. Yes, it may not be perfect, but we're gonna work it out, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ask for much. Even Cal can tell you, like, I don't ask for much, man. Like, and he did that out of kindness of his heart. I don't ask for nothing, man. And you would think, because of what, maybe what people have portray me as, or because I'm out here, people may think like, oh, she required Birkin bags and Louis Vuitton and just like, shot me out. Like, no, like, I don't require none of that, man, because where I come from, like, it's just the littlest things for me, man, that goes a long way for me, man. Just the littlest things make my heart. It's just the littlest things for me make my heart go. Like, it's just that for me. I don't need, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though he got me, besides the flowers, I appreciate that. It's just the littlest things, y'all, that make my heart go like, wow. I see that more than anything. Like, money and all that, that's cool and all, but like, it's just the littlest things. And he really showed me that, like, if a guy really, I'm gonna just say this. For that whole Kyle relationship thing, that really, if anything, that was a learning lesson for me in that season of me getting over Maj with Kyle. If anything, that thing showed me if a guy wanted to, he will. And that was just a blessing in disguise. Kyle is really a blessing for me, man. And same thing for Maj, for me be able to, honestly, the reason why I got so close with God is because of Maj, and that's why I posted one time before. I was like, the things that hurt you the most, the things that you grow through the most, man, it will actually turn in your favor, meaning by that your relationship with God, it bring you closer to God. Basically, what I'm trying to say, like, it'll bring you closer to God. All the things you go through in life, whether that is relationships, family, finance, career, or even yourself, the things that you also go through on a daily basis, man, put that in God's hands, man. I'm telling y'all. And I'm just so thankful, man. I'm just so blessed. I'm just so blessed for the revelation, because it was so hard for me to let go of Baj. You know, even though I was hurt, I went through it, man. I was so hurt. Hurt by Kyle, thinking I was questioning myself. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, did I do something wrong? Or, like, why did he choose his ex? But that's on him, though. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's on him. That's his loss. But, you know, I also feel like I had a lot to do with it, because I was having a little bit of cold feet, you know. But at the same time, I did communicate of how I felt in the friendship that we had. I said, you know, we should take it slow, be friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, just take it slow. But that's a whole nother story and a whole nother day. But I come to say this, y'all. For anybody that's going through, like, moving on from a guy, or moving on from an ex, man, like, really sit with that. Don't try to move on and find another guy. Like, that doesn't work. As you can see, it didn't work. But it made me even more hurt. And, you know, good thing I did look to God, you know. And I also had a lot of vices to fulfill me and hold me up. But, you know, that doesn't help either. I'm going to say that now. Alcohol, weed, drugs, all that. It only helps temporary. It doesn't help lifetime. And, you know, I'm saying this for now, too. When I have my moments, you know, it's only a temporary fix. It's not for a lifetime. And the only lifetime fix you can have is with God. And God can help you for a lifetime, not temporary. He's not a temporary type of person. He helps you for life. Okay? So I want you to know that too. Like, I can't pick up the phone to call Maj. You know, my friendship, my relationship with him now, I don't talk to him at all. And that's just gonna have to stay what it is. It's just gonna have to stay as it is. I can't go back and forth, and that's all we kept doing was being on and off, and I can't deal with confusion no more. It's either if you want me or not, and that's why I'm so glad Kyle came in, because he kind of showed me, like, at that time, you know, he showed me that he wanted me, and he showed me that his actions prove louder than his words. And he will always involve me in things. He will initiate things, and Maj did not do that. He will initiate a little bit, but it showed me effort in a guy. If a guy really wanted you, he will show you that, you know. And I'm just so thankful for that, man. I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful to God of what had happened, but it was hard. It was really hard. I was crying a lot, man. Crying a lot. So cried myself to sleep. It was so hard. I was crying to my friends about it. To my best friend Tia, like, I was just and I can't talk, but it's really good to have good people around you, good people to call, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so good to have that around. But if you don't have that, because sometimes you may not be in the mood or even want to tell your friends your business and all that. And I understand that. That's cool too, because I be having my moments of like, I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, there were days I didn't want to talk to nobody. Like, I didn't want to say nothing. It's just crazy, man. But, you know, that's where you lean into God the most, man. When you don't understand stuff and you just sit with it. My biggest advice is just sit with it. Then to, you know, moving on with a guy, knowing darn well you don't even, this ain't good for you. It's wrong timing, man. It's wrong timing. But I just thought I should tell you guys what's going on in that life. I was dealing with lots of friendships too. People was leaving out, letting go. I was literally transforming myself into walking into the new version person I am now. My old self would never say this right now. Wouldn't even pick up this camera and even tell y'all how I feel about this. And by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying? By the grace of God, you know. And I'm just so amazed of the little progress. Small progress is progress, man, you know. Even just not even picking up the phone and texting, man. You know what I'm saying? That's progress. You know what I'm saying? Or even just getting up out of bed. That's progress. If you was in that little depression of yours, you still would have been in that bed. That's progress. Or even not be on the phone. That's progress. Or even getting up to go to the gym. That's progress. Because you probably ain't worked out in a minute. Because, you know. Or even choosing you for once. That's progress. Little by little. That's progress. But yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all that so you guys can have an understanding, like, okay, what's going on here? But man, it's just crazy how a situationship or breakup can lead you to different levels. You'll feel like, was it me? Or you'll feel like, man, let me text him, let me reconcile this, let's get back together, let's talk it out, let's try to make things, you know what I'm saying, let's do it. And all along, it ain't for you, man. It was never for you. It might have been for you for that season, but it's not for a lifetime. So yeah, it's just crazy how a breakup situationship will have you fluctuating, going up and down. Emotions all up and down. At the same time, you have to go through that to get to the other side, like right now. And I have been with myself more than ever. I haven't been talking to nobody. I just been kind of like sitting with myself. Yeah, there's guys on my phone, but I don't even respond like that. I don't even respond, to be honest. Like, I might say hey, but that's about it. Like, I just, right now, relationships for me is on pause. But I'm trying to focus on you guys and also myself and get to know myself and loving on myself. And yeah. So yeah, y'all. I love you guys so much. And let's get to it. Let's get to the bag. And I just want to give you guys a life update on what's been going on with all of that baggage. Because I was depressed, y'all. Woo! It's crazy how God would get you, like, all messed up. I had the enemy lying to me, y'all. That was a whole nutshell, too. I had the guy problems. I had myself problems, family problems, life problems. Child, that was compiling. All type of stuff. Felt like I was losing everything. But now, God has rejoiced. He has brought life back into me, and He has snapped. He's basically like, wake up. And I got up. Now you see me now. Be consistent, because God has woken me up. I wish I did your will. Stop me now. Because guess what He probably doing? Gone, moving on. So let's do the same thing too. Let's move on, but gracefully. But because we want to, not because we have to. Okay? See y'all later. I love you guys so much. And see y'all.
It don't hit the same when you all alone and the money's insane. I know, but it don't feel the void at all. And I promise my mama do better, but they keep trying me, so I'm with all the bullshit and fuck it all. I keep pretending